Hello and welcome to this lesson of mitosis. By the time you finish this video, you should be able to define mitosis and identify its primary functions in living organisms. Differentiate the three main stages of the cell cycle: interphase, mitosis, and cytokinesis. Describe and sequence the 4 phases of mitosis, PMAT, based on chromosomal movement. To understand mitosis fully, we need to look at the bigger picture, called the cell cycle. Most of a cell's life is spent in interphase. This is where the cell grows and copies its DNA, preparing for division. Next comes mitosis, where the nucleus divides. This is the process we've just explored, including prophase, metaphase, and anaphase. Finally, cytokinesis occurs. This is where the cytoplasm splits, forming 2 identical daughter cells. So the cell cycle is a continuous loop: growth, division of the nucleus, and division of the cell. This ensures new cells are produced for growth, repair, and replacement. Let's begin with phase 1 of mitosis, called prophase. This is where the cell starts getting ready to divide. First, the chromosomes become visible. They condense and coil up, making them easier to move. Each chromosome now consists of 2 identical halves, joined at a point called the centromere. Next, structures called centrioles move to opposite sides of the cell. These will help organize the division process. From the centrioles, spindle fibers begin to form. These are like tiny threads that will later pull the chromosomes apart. So in summary, during prophase, chromosomes condense, centrioles move apart, and spindle fibers begin to form, preparing the cell for division. Now that the chromosomes have condensed and the spindle fibers have formed, we move into phase 2 of mitosis, called metaphase. This is the middle stage of cell division. The centrioles are now at opposite ends of the cell, helping organize the spindle fibers. The chromosomes line up along the center of the cell at the metaphase plate. Spindle fibers attach to the centromere of each chromosome, preparing to pull them apart evenly. A quick way to remember this is M for metaphase, M for middle. After lining up in the middle, the cell now enters phase 3 of mitosis, called anaphase. This is where the chromatids are pulled apart. The sister chromatids separate at the centromere and move to opposite poles, ensuring each new cell gets identical genetic information, while the centrioles at each pole organize this movement. At the same time, the cell begins to stretch and the plasma membrane starts to pinch in, forming the cleavage furrow. A quick way to remember this is A for anaphase, A for apart. So in anaphase, chromatids move apart and the cell begins to divide. This is the final stage of cell division, called telophase and cytokinesis. At this point, the chromosomes begin to uncoil and return to their relaxed form, known as chromatin. A new nuclear envelope forms around each set of genetic material, creating 2 separate nuclei. Now the cell starts to physically split. A contractile ring tightens around the middle of the cell, pulling the membrane inward. This creates a cleavage furrow, which deepens until the cell is fully divided. Finally, cytokinesis completes the process, producing 2 identical daughter cells. Let's dive into some exam-style practice questions. You can pause the video and try it yourself. A diagram shows chromosomes lined up across the center of a cell in a straight line. Spindle fibers are attached to each chromosome. Which stage of mitosis is this, and how do you know? Let's break it down. The chromosomes are clearly lined up across the center of the cell, and we can see spindle fibers attached to each one. This tells us that the cell is in metaphase. In metaphase, chromosomes line up at the cell's center, forming the metaphase plate. The spindle fibers hold them in place, ready to separate the chromatids. So, chromosomes in the middle means metaphase. A human body cell contains 46 chromosomes. After mitosis, how many chromosomes will each daughter cell have? Explain your reasoning. Let's think about what mitosis does. Mitosis produces 2 genetically identical cells. That means each new cell must have the same number of chromosomes as the original cell. So if the parent cell has 46 chromosomes, each daughter cell will also have 46 chromosomes. This is because mitosis copies the DNA and then divides it equally. So the key idea is simple. Same number in, same number out. 46 stays 46. A scientist observes a cell with X-shaped chromosomes, a broken nuclear membrane, and DNA that appears tightly coiled. Which stage of the cell cycle is this, and why? Let's decode the clues. The X-shaped chromosomes tell us that the DNA has condensed into visible chromosomes. The nuclear membrane breaking down is another key sign, and the tightly coiled DNA shows the cell is preparing for division. All of these features point to one stage. This is prophase. In prophase, chromosomes become visible, the nuclear membrane breaks down, and the cell prepares to divide. So when you see condensed chromosomes and a disappearing nucleus, think prophase.